Chapter 156 is here, and it was actually a surprising turn of events. We pivot away from Aqua and Ruby in this chapter, and instead it focuses on Memcho. We actually haven't seen her in a while, and I think this chapter actually sets the stage for wrapping up her character arc. The chapter actually opens with Memcho showing Frill her new car. Frill thinks it's a cute car, and Memcho explains how that's the car she's been wishing to get, and is now finally able to buy it. Frill then questions when Memcho could have gotten the time to even get her license. Memcho just says she got it a while ago, which makes sense since she's actually much older than she appears. However, Frill then points out how they're being followed by a tabloid reporter, which of course surprises Memcho. Apparently the car behind them has been following them for a while. Memcho thinks they're after Frill, but Frill points out how they must be following Memcho because of the rise in popularity recently. Newly famous people like Memcho are usually the least cautious, making them easy targets for reporters. Frill feels like the number of reporters has increased as well. Apparently writers working with tabloids are hiring amateurs online and have a strategy based on having a lot of people to chase popular talents. Those types of people have no professionalism or respect and just trespass over private property. They spread unverified information online too, which is also pretty annoying. Then, even if you try to report them, the police won't do anything about it. Basically, the law doesn't protect them, and Frill believes the world is becoming a place where the privacy and peace of talents like them aren't protected. Then we get to nighttime with Memcho lying on her bed and thinking how she never expected to deal with something like this. She does have a boyfriend right now and isn't doing anything shady. The only problem is her age. Memcho claims to be 20, but her real age is actually 27. She's actually pushing 30. People Memcho have known for a long time like Anemone have mostly known about it. The people she went to high school with should have known as well, which makes it surprising that none of them have leaked it yet. It's something most people who've been around her know. Memcho then begins questioning if someone did leak the info, which is why the reporters would be after her now. She thinks maybe whoever leaked it may have disliked her from the beginning, or maybe someone she had a falling out with. I doubt this will be important with how close the manga is to finishing, but this shows that Memcho might possibly have some enemies of her own, even if it's just her overthinking. Memcho hates when she starts thinking like this and being paranoid. This kind of suspicion is what spoils her heart the most. Then we suddenly cut to Ruby saying how everyone seems to have a hard time with reporters. Memcho points out that Ruby doesn't seem to care much about this, why it should be more difficult for Ruby considering how popular she is now. However, Ruby points out how Miyako always does her best to protect them, and we can see Miyako going off on some reporter, as Memcho questions if Ruby is grateful for that. Miyako really is best mom and a manager. Memcho then says how even if her true age is exposed, it probably won't have a huge impact on Bikomachi's activities. It will only significantly hurt her own popularity, and not the others. It won't be the worst possible outcome, but Memcho apologizes just in case the article does come out. Ruby seems to have an idea though, and points out how Memcho used her claim of being a high schooler as a weapon for her activities, and fought to this point because of that. Plus they invited Memcho to Bikomachi knowing the truth, so apologizing to them doesn't seem right. Ruby then explains how Memcho skillfully used her weapon of being a high schooler to cross into the entertainment industry, and provided them with many opportunities. They respect Memcho's fighting style, but Ruby wonders, with Memcho's clever handling of situations that allowed her to cross into the entertainment world, and her ability to avoid major controversy so far, shouldn't there be a way to handle this situation as well? At first, we see Memcho deep in thought after hearing that before seeming to finally realize what to do. Then we cut to a live stream Memcho is doing. We can see some of the comments, and one of them hopes this is news about Memcho marrying Kana, which is funny. But Memcho starts by explaining she has an announcement to make and apologizes to everyone. That's because she then reveals that she's not actually 20 years old. She's been lying about her age, and is very sorry for that. Of course, the chat is surprised, with some comments questioning why Memcho is even revealing this. Memcho explains to chat how her true dream was to be an idol, and even while being a YouTuber, she couldn't give up on that dream. She thought that if she wasn't young, people wouldn't accept her, so with that in mind, she chose to lie about her age. Memcho says that people who can't forgive her can unsubscribe, but the comments are actually quite positive, and they seem to understand her somewhat. Memcho goes on to say that she doesn't care about what people say about her on social media, but thanks to this lie, she was able to pursue her dream of being an idol in Bikomachi. She then reveals how her agency and its members knew the truth, but still accepted her. Memcho's very happy with where she is now, which is why she doesn't want to hate herself for being a self-proclaimed high school girl. Chat still doesn't seem to mind too much though, but Memcho still feels her selfishness shouldn't be tolerated, and will make amends in her own way. She then reveals her plan to build an identity without lies. Memcho plans to actually challenge the university entrance exams, and won't give up until she gets into college. Memcho then nervously glances at the comments to see that they're actually still supporting her and this new idea. But then she sees some comments start asking about how old she really is, which ain't too surprising. Of course, Memcho chooses to never reveal it, and we can see her comments already trying to speculate how old she is. It'll probably be a long-running thing in our community, but then we see someone say that Memcho handled the situation very well, as they hold a tablet with an article saying how Memcho committed age fraud, but is actually receiving a ton of sympathy for it. It's actually Kana who's there with Memcho, and she explains how with this approach, even if her real age is exposed in a tabloid, it won't lead to any scandal because it would already be known Memcho made herself younger on purpose to sell herself. As Memcho puts it, that's what they call offense is the best defense. It's cool hearing Kana talking about this too, considering she would know a thing or two about scandals. Aki even did a similar thing to protect Kana back then as well, although he revealed an even bigger scoop to the media about Ai being his mother. In a way, that also prevented it from ever being a scandal, if it was exposed in the wrong way. Kana then points out how Memcho even got a new attribute too, age unknown idol YouTuber. Memcho just chuckles before explaining how if you turn right, you get criticized, and if you turn left, you get flamed. In this entertainment industry, where everyone is forced to be a pure and innocent saint, Memcho will remain in the gray area and swim through it brilliantly. Kana seems happy to hear that and says how even Memcho's channel numbers are growing, so there's absolutely nothing for Kana to even criticize. Then the chapter comes to an end as Memcho says that of course she wouldn't mess anything up. After all, despite how things may look, she's a buzz queen. Basically a pro at making things go viral, which we've known since early on in the series, like when she assisted Aqua during the Love Now arc to help Akane. I thought it was good to see Memcho's story be explored again in this chapter. I never thought she'd actually reveal she lied to everyone about her age, but the reason why she did makes a lot of sense. It's one less thing Memcho has to worry about, and it won't even be a big deal now if her real age ever did come out. It's pretty genius to be honest, and we have to give the assist to Ruby on that. It kinda reminded me of her Dark Ruby days when she was scheming her way to the top. This shows that Ruby's still very smart when it comes to navigating the entertainment industry and all the drama that comes with it on her own. Unfortunately though, there is another break next week. Hopefully we do get back to the Karu and Nino stuff then, but I wouldn't be surprised if Aka starts closing out the character arcs of some other characters, like Frill, Taiki, or Melt. This really is the final arc after all, and now I'm pretty certain the big final event of the story will be Kana's last Bikomachi performance. Well, hopefully not the last performance of her life, cause Nino will be lurking. I didn't mention this in my last review, but that door at the end of chapter 151 with the ripped posters could actually be Nino's. If you notice, Kana's the last one still standing. What do y'all think though? Is Kana actually going to be Nino's next target? And as for Memcho, did you like how she dealt with her age situation? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I got some more Shinoko content here too that you can check out. Peace.